Over the last couple of months, it has been very difficult for me to introduce this man without using World Wrestling Federation champion Hulk Hogan here at WrestleMania 4 this afternoon. You've got the opportunity to change that.
Oh, yeah, it's been hard to live with, man. Fee, fi, fo, fum, Andre. One long year, and your time has come, man. No marks, no scars, no blemishes on the Hulkster, brother. But inside, man, I've been scarred for one long year. Everywhere I go, man, all the little Hulksters ask me, is there any truth to the fact that there was a controversial count? Hulkster, did you really get him over your head? Did you really beat the Giants? Well, today, man, in WrestleMania 4, we're going to wipe all that controversy out. Andre the Giant, in the second round, when you're fresh as a daisy, with the whole world watching, I'm going to prove, brother, that I can beat you anywhere, anytime. And all my Hulkamaniacs, they're going to feel it, too.
Speaking of the Hulkamaniacs, Hulk Hogan, we have seen him here at Atlantic City, and I know millions others are watching very intently all around the world.
But if you looked in their eyes, man, have you seen the fear in all those little Hulksters? They realize that when I get Andre the Giant cinched up in the launch position, when I slam him through the Trump Plaza, brother, from New York down to Tampa, Florida, the fault line is going to break off. And as Andre the Giant falls into the ocean, as my next two opponents fall to the ocean floor and I pin them, so will Donald Trump and all the Hulkamaniacs. But as Donald Trump hangs on to the top of the Trump Plaza with his family under his other arm, as they sink to the bottom of the sea, thank God Donald Trump's a Hulkamaniac. He'll know enough to let go of his materialistic possessions, hang on to the wife and kids, dog paddle with his life all the way to safety. But Donald, if something happens, you run out of gas, and all those little Hulkamaniacs run out of gas, just hang on to the largest back in the world, and I'll dog paddle us, backstroke all of us to safety.
Oh, and thank you, Hulk Hogan. Let's get back to action.
We had, say what? A whole lot of superstars on this stage here tonight. But I want y'all to know one thing. This is my house. And when I say who's
the word attack skills and vocabulary too. All the hits in the distant distance is all brand new. You're through. I'm interplanetary and like Doctor Who. So who?
Fuck your beef, no relief. I step on stage, girls scream like I'm Keith.
Good evening, everybody. It is Ring Time Pro Wrestling. Keith and Keisha are back in the building. Keisha, say hi to the people out there in TV land.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show tonight. I'm trying to be, I guess I'm just trying to raise my voice a little bit. I don't know what's going on. I'm in a little pain, but I'm okay. I guess I'll make it. You know, it is what it is.
Lift every voice and sing.
No, that's
to
not do
earth
that.
And, oh,
let's not
sorry.
do that.
Sorry, not that
Thank
show.
You.
Okay.
No. We're good.
We are back to talk about wrestling. We are a day later, but that is fine. We have things that's going on. We will talk about a battle royal that was and still is, but the name has changed. We will talk about somebody going into the Hall of Fame, and I will talk a lot of shit about this person because I think it's the dumbest shit in the world. But by the criteria of the place that does it, I get it, and I have to refer back to an article that I wrote about Hall of Fames because I now understand what's going on. Last week, I may have sounded like I was yelling at all of you people. Sorry. New microphone. Didn't know, right? Here's the thing. After weeks and weeks of the microphone cutting out, I had a microphone that's so damn good that it blew up everything. So, you know, I thought I was getting a text from Keisha saying that I was loud as hell again. Okay, great. That is not the case. So, yeah, sorry about that. But if you listen to the show and turn the volume down, you probably had a good show last week. But this week it'll be much better. You don't have to make those adjustments. We are making them on the back end. Yay, producer. Okay. Anyway.
Right.
Let's talk wrestling, right? It's been a week. Keish. Fastlane went down. Life in the Fastlane. Now, usually at this point, I would play some music, but because the Eagles have flagged us for last week's show, I'll go say I'm not doing that. Well, I'm not blaming the Eagles themselves. It's probably the record company, right? But yeah, man. Show didn't make it to YouTube last week. YouTube had flagged us for a copyright for Life in the Fastlane. So we've learned our lesson. We will not include that one. I was surprised I didn't hear something from iHeartRadio because they be big on that shit. They be bad as hell. So, yeah. Got it out there. But we still have the show available, various formats. But yeah, Fastlane, Keish. WrestleMania is set. I say this with all pride. They didn't screw up our main event. I was worried. The mere presence of the pay-per-view had me worried. Like, oh God, they might do something like put John Cena in this match. Because,
right.
Are they above that? So.
I was hoping that. Like, I really was praying that John Cena just, like, disappear into the darkness somewhere. Like, I just ain't got time for this. Like, I really don't. Like, all this whole, I gotta be at WrestleMania. No, you don't, Cena. You really don't. But okay. Like, if anything, you can just host that thing. You know, I'm pretty sure people would not be too upset. Like, it's fine. Like, what the hell? But, of course, that can't be the case now, will it? Yeah.
All right.
Him interjecting himself into this pay-per-view already was just too much. But I guess we'll get to that later, won't we?
Yeah. Going down the line, Breezango, Ty Dillinger defeated American Alpha 2 at Mojo in a pre-show match.
Yes, Ty Dillinger then, man. They debuted him on SmackDown. They had him coming out every like a couple of weeks. You know, beating up jobbers, and then he just disappeared into the background. Like, what's really going on? I need Ty Dillinger to be on all the time. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Doing a man's like that.
Here's the thing. I don't know if they know what to do with Ty. I think they like him, and I think they like the response that he gets. But that's about it, right? Like, I don't think he goes further than that.
That sucks. Because I like Ty Dillinger. Like, I always thought he was awesome.
Yeah.
I hated the way they did him in NXT, and I definitely hate the way they're doing him on SmackDown now.
But that was the thing, like, he came to SmackDown, it was like, hey, he started winning again. It's like, all right.
Right. And then, no. Like, it's like, for real. This is ridiculous.
So, yeah, man, that happened. But, more or less, the WWE Universe let Mojo know he can't wrestle. And, I can work with that.
Right.
Okay. The opening match, Shinsuke Nakamura, #1 contender for the WWE Championship. Wrestled Rusev. Now, here's the thing, Keish. Why they booking Rusev in matches he can't win?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, shouldn't he be out crushing somebody, like, for real?
Yeah, man, look, Rusev Day is over. Look, what you do is you have Rusev in a match with, like, Jinder Mahal or something, and then put him in the line for the U.S. title. You put him in a match with a guy who can't lose. Because theoretically, I'm not saying that he can't, but, I mean, I don't want my guy taking a loss before WrestleMania, not at a pay-per-view. Because then it jumbles stuff. Unless I got a long-term storyline planned. Like, if you got a plan of using Rusev after WrestleMania, where he's going to be a world title contender, which I strongly suggest that maybe, just maybe, you use that as an option. Right? Like, I strongly suggest that as an option, that Rusev be a title contender. But, aside from that, you just put him in a match with Nakamura. It's a one-off. Okay, cool. So Rusev has to take that bullet. Decent match, but was what it was. Randy Orton defeats Bobby Roode to be the United States champion. Keisha, this is Randy Orton's first United States championship. Now, you was like, hey,
Wait. What?
how did Randy Orton avoid winning the United States title? Well, here's the thing. When Randy was in the mid-card era, he was on Raw and he won the Intercontinental title, right?
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
So, after that, he ascends to he gets a tag team somewhere, but he ascends to the World Championship and he's on that road for a while. 13-time World Champion. So he's always been kind of at that level. I mean, he only might have 1 or 2 IC title reigns. Like this is like, so it's like his second mid-card title. Coincidentally, John Cena, never Intercontinental champion.
Wow.
Right?
No, because John Cena been winning WWE titles for like the last 10 years.
Yeah. Well, but think about it. Okay, he's also like a 3-time United States champion, right? So he wins the United States Championship for Big Show at WrestleMania 20, which to me is like the demarcation of the launch of John Cena, right? Like that moment when he beats the Big Show and he gets that U.S. title, that is the official. He's on his way to the world title, and that is the official. This is where the wrestling business officially goes. You know what I mean? To a different place. But then he's been in that mix, and I mean his tag team title mixes were like one-offs because they set up something where he could win a title. Like him and Batista got a championship reign as tag team champions. It's a brief one-off. You know what I mean? Which they use as part of storyline. Him and Shawn Michaels has one based on something similar. Like it's real crazy. But he's never been in a position to win the IC title. Now, will that change? Maybe. But even with that, he'd have to come back, do a full-time schedule, and right now, unless you put that title needs to, what Miz has done with that title, I wouldn't mess with that just to give John Cena a reign. Orton is a different story because Orton's going to carry this belt. And as you know, it's probably going to be a triple threat at WrestleMania with Orton, Jinder Mahal, and Bobby Roode. It was a decent match. It only had one high spot. I'm going to give credit to the Wrestlecast and Don in particular for pointing out this match was a match straight out of 1989, 1988 Crockett, right? It didn't have a lot of frills, but it was just good, solid, bell-to-bell, technical wrestling, and bam. Nobody did too much. Nobody, they did what you did what you had to do when it was time to do it. I think something could be learned from this match. And what I mean by that, I know we have to recalibrate wrestling fans. We have to recalibrate how they watch wrestling if we want to have a long-term future of the sport. Because here's the thing: everybody in every match is trying to do all this shit.
Right.
Keith, you can't do that. You can't have a wrestling match like that. Everybody can.
No, you can't.
All right. Cards are supposed to build progressively. Everybody does all these false finishes and stuff like that. None of the moves mean anything. You shouldn't be able to do a finisher for somebody else in a match prior, especially if y'all just go kick out of it.
Right.
So
that should never happen.
Right. So it's just a little bit for the soapbox. But
it's a legitimate argument though.
Right.
It really is. But that can go be a whole other show, conversation, all of that.
Right. But all in all, decent match. Randy Orton is the United States champion. Side note, Keith. Have you been watching videos for the Mixed Match Challenge? Particularly promos with Bobby Roode and one Charlotte Flair?
Yes. Which are awesome, by the way. Like,
they go together?
I love those two. No, they do not go together. Ain't Bobby Roode married? Don't he got a wife? No, they do not go together.
Keish,
that is not how that works.
Look, you tell me it ain't how it works. Have you watched these videos?
I ain't dealing with you. I'm not.
I'm saying
I'm not going to do this with you.
They look like I don't know. They're like they got something going on. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not even entertaining that, Keith. I'm just not. Like, I'm not even gonna. Cause I'm like, well, who has a wife? Like, I'm thoroughly sure he has a wife. I'm gonna find out. Where is my people? I am just not.
Alright.
Yes, he does. So, Keith, I'm not dealing with you. I'm done.
Okay. I'm saying that man's marriage might be in jeopardy. Cause
you know it. Shut up. This is not.
I say it might. I didn't say it definite. I might be short that we will never get Bobby Roode on this show, but I'm just saying, hey, that look like something. Okay, it's just me. I'm crazy. Okay, that's fine. I'm crazy. Do you know Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins reunite to bid a farewell to Toys R Us?
What?
Yeah. I gotta send you, Keish. I've been stalking this belt. Toys R Us got some replica women's titles and like WWE titles. They're like $99 or $100, right? And I'm not talking about like, you know how they got the little kid one that's like $20. They got a big joint, like it's like the borderline fake. It's like them swingman jerseys, right? Like it ain't authentic, but it's that, it ain't no like screen on either, right? I was like, yo, this would be nice, but I've been going there every day waiting to see if that sign will go up, saying like 60% off because we closing. Now, Keisha, I know 31,000 people about to lose their job, right? And that's tragic. But when I heard that Toys R Us was closing, my thought was, so when the sales gonna get cracking?
You know what? Bye.
I'm just saying.
I'm not.
Look.
This podcast is over. Good night, everybody.
Look, I'm just saying, look.
Next week. Like, I can't.
Messiah about to drop in like 2 to 3 weeks, right? I said he about to drop like an album. But, you get what I'm saying.
For y'all don't know, Messiah is our nephew.
I'm saying.
And my sister's gonna be popping about in probably about 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, I said like he a mixtape. But just understand.
This is not how this works. Like,
just understand. My dude gonna be here. The Toys R Us next to my job got a Babies R Us, Keisha. I'm just saying, if this shit go like 70% off, I can clean up on some baby clothes. That's all. Just trying to look out. Look, the store's closing. That shit's happening. Why we all gotta suffer? All right. Okay. I'll get back to wrestling.
Yeah, you do that because you tripping, and I'm done. Like, just no.
I'm not tripping.
You are tripping. Like, what is wrong with you, Keith?
If a title belt show up at your house, you ain't gonna say I'm tripping. You gonna be like, "Thank you, Keith."
Yeah, no.
So
I'm gonna continue to tell you that you tripping. Like, it is not. This is not change. I'm not going back on that.
Okay. So Natalya and Carmella defeat Becky, Lynch, and Naomi. Now, the only problem I have with this match is I don't like it when Naomi lose. Other than that,
yeah, true.
I'm good, right? Other than that, I'm good.
Right.
Can't stand it when Naomi lose. Like, I feel like it's an unnecessary thing. The next match, Keisha, the Usos defeated the tag team championships against the New Day. The New Day sent out their speed lineup, which I thought was interesting. I was like, yo, this is y'all first time back in the tag team. Y'all with the speed lineup? Usually it's the A team, right? And this is I'll give you my chronological of the New Day. So there's the A team. That's Kofi and Big E, right? Which I understand because they are both the most accomplished. Like quietly, it's kept. If I ran down Kofi Kingston's accomplishments, you'd be like, that dude going into the Hall of Fame.
Right.
Also, quietly, he's from Ghana. I wonder if we related somewhere down the line. Different story. Hey man, ever since this ancestry thing, Keish, I am like all out. Watch me World Cup. Watch me World Cup. I'm gonna have my Ghana t-shirts. I'm gonna have my Nigeria t-shirts. You lucky Cameroon is going down. Repping all my African ancestry. But that's not all, cause you know the thing about that DNA test, Keish, and this is just totally off topic. As that, like, I don't have like one dominant trait of anything.
No,
like
no, you don't.
Like the Ghana is like 28%, and that's the number one. It's like I don't have that less like 60%, so I'd be like, yo, that's me. No, I am everybody. No, and I don't mean it, and I ain't gonna say everybody. Well, you too. You got the same mom and dad, even though your results may be slightly different, which I found out why that works also. Like, cause it was like, how can brothers and sisters have like different results or whatever?
Right.
Okay, each one of us gets 50% of our DNA from each parent, right?
Right.
But I may get different stuff from each parent than you might get.
Really?
Yeah. So let's say mom and dad, for the sake of argument, have 1 through 6 in each of their thing, right?
Right.
That's the number. I may get a 2, 3, and 4 from mom, and a 2, 4, and 6 from dad, right?
Right.
You may get a 3, 4, 5 from mom. You see what I'm saying? And a 3, 4, 5 from dad. And what will happen is, so we'll have we'll have like 4 things that are similar, or 3 things that might be similar, but the whole thing ain't exactly that. But besides all that, I'm repping Africa. But you know, and I'm not being racist to the 17th percentile of various white people that make me up. I'm just saying. I don't know, right? Just like I didn't get big on, like today was St. Patrick's Day. I didn't really get big on St. Patrick's Day, right? Now, mind you, Irish, well, it says Irish, Wales, England, like 7%, right? I don't know which one it is. It's just a region. So it's kind of like, I could be Irish, could not be Irish. Not really going into that right now.
No.
Okay. We're having too much fun. But I'm having too much fun because it's late. We recorded this show late as hell. Partially because I was tired as hell. And Keisha got off work late. So, all that combined, we recorded the show late as hell. So, there's some incoherent rambling that may take place as we continue this show. But, back to the Usos of the New Day. And my West African brother, Kofi Kingston. The match was pretty good. And then the Bludgeon brothers showed up.
Right.
And they wrecked everybody's shit. I'm like, oh, them guys gonna be a problem. Now, part of me is like, I get the dominance, but I do remember that those guys, when they were members of the Wyatt family, had an incredible sequence of matches with the Usos, which I kind of felt like they should have won 1 or 2 of those. In that, which was a great feud. But Keish, that being said, these guys are the new thing. They have a new gimmick, and it is based on dominance, and they beat up everybody. They had those mallets, which I'm pretty confident are hollow, but never one to just let your imagination roll. Did you feel like they was a little sloppy when they beat everybody up, though, Keish?
Yeah, they were horrible.
Cause
it was really not that convincing. Like, it was just kind of like,
it was
what are y'all
convincing.
doing?
I think they hurt people. Like, it was convincing. I think they hurt people.
I personally was just kind of like, maybe that's just me. I don't know. But I was kind of like, what? I thought it was a little foolish. I was like, what is this? Like,
it was like,
yeah, it was. I mean, I wasn't bored or like yawning or nothing, but it was just kind of like, all right, like, is this where we going with this? Because I just need to know, like, what's really going on? Like, they just come out of nowhere and just start bashing folks. I'm like, so 2 people just been beat up 4 folks like that? Like, what's going on?
5. They beat up 5 people.
5. Well, I'm just saying. Well, that makes it even worse. So, two people want to come out here and just smash 5 people like that. Come on, man. Be real.
They are establishing dominance. And successfully, might I add, they established dominance. People were like, alright, these guys will hurt people. So, give them credit. Now, does this be like a one-on-one match with the Usos? Or, because, I mean, that's what they were teasing a long time ago, right? Like, them and the Usos, right. One-on-one. Or 2-on-2 or whatever. But, the New Day has entered the mix. And when we have a triple threat match, because the New Day never got their proper title match. Interesting. I don't know. But,
yeah.
We'll be here to find out. Next on the agenda, Charlotte Flair defeats Ruby Riott, retains the women's championship. Now, we thought, hey, that's what I'm talking about. Ruby Riott couldn't beat no Charlotte. But then Charlotte got a surprise, Keish. The Empress of Tomorrow showed up, which we all got a surprise because I didn't expect that. I fully expected her to be facing Alexa Bliss.
I did too. Like, I really thought that was going to be the title that she chose so they could keep her on Raw. Like, I really did. And then this happened. And I was like, oh. Plot twist.
Yeah.
Like, I swear I was like, oh, shit. Like, is this really what we're doing? They were so serious. Like, she came out there. I was like, oh, come on. Keith. I'm not ready for this match. I'm just not. I'm not. No. Charlotte versus Asuka? Ooh, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for this match. I don't know if I can handle watching this. Because these are 2 of my favorite female wrestlers right now.
Right.
Like, these are 2 of my favorites. Like, I can't watch. I don't. Just know that when we do the WrestleMania preview, we do the WrestleMania preview, I'm not picking a winner. I can't do it. I can't. Because the title versus the Shriek? Come on, man. I can't do it. It's too much. That's too much pressure. I can't deal with all of that.
Here's the thing.
No one's going to put that on me. I'm not dealing with it.
Best wrestler available is Charlotte. Period. Right? Like, Charlotte already beat Alexa Bliss in the brand split. So, it's kind of like we know that it's her, right? Like, we're good. Asuka wants to face the best. And you know what, Keish? This match feels like WrestleMania. Because let's say Charlotte had to face somebody else. Who's she going to face that's worthy of facing her at WrestleMania? I mean, I get some of the people on the SmackDown roster, but this feels like WrestleMania. Same thing with Asuka and Alexa Bliss. God bless her. Alexa Bliss might be one of the best heels on the roster. Because that girl is cold. Like we said last week, it was kind of like, look, you don't need friends like that. Whew.
Right.
Like, and you know what I like about her? She do not want to be liked. Because, hey, they be trying to like her. Like, the fans be trying to do stuff. They be trying to cheer for her. And she be like, Just like that promo at the end of the Elimination Chamber, it was like, oh man, she's sucking him in. And then she let him down. Like, I look around here and I realize none of y'all dreams coming true. Y'all ain't shit. Like, it's just like, oh, damn. But, that being said, that in-ring work, like, mano a mano, we wrestling. This is it. Like I said, this feels like WrestleMania. Charlotte and Asuka. Best of the best. Like, no need to have them backstage walking by each other and just having a little segment where it's like, I see you. No, look, let's put it here. You know what I'm saying? Clapping the hands. Let's go. Alright, anyway. So, main event, Keish. AJ Styles retains the WWE Championship in the six-pack challenge match against John Cena, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, and Baron Corbin. Now, this match set off a few satellite matches that let you know that other things are gonna happen, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler obviously developed an issue throughout the course of the match. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, I mean, they've been having issues since Kevin Steen and El Generico back in ROH. Like, this is the thing. They fought all over the world. They fought in various promotions. They fought at NXT. They are here. They fought on Raw. They fighting on SmackDown. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be something. They gonna be friends. They gonna be enemies. It's all. But Shane McMahon get his face kicked in, and I don't know how that's gonna work out. Shane McMahon cost two people WWE championships. I don't know how that's all working out. Like, they've set a match, but I got a feeling Shane's gonna get that match. John Cena, well, we'll talk about that in a minute. But AJ, Shinsuke Nakamura, is intact, Keish. Unblemished, untouched. They're going to have a match at WrestleMania that we didn't think, or we didn't know that could happen at that level. Did I expect them to have a match? Of course, they both in the WWE. They're going to have a match. But I didn't think it was going to get treated with the respect of this level, right? Like, it's for the biggest prize. Mind you, I know Raw, the Universal Championship, seems like the biggest prize because it's Raw. But this is the flagship title, the WWE Championship. Even though, look at Vince McMahon and try to figure out, well, what's bigger than WWE? Well, the universe, kid. Okay, anyway. AJ, Shinsuke, we're here, right?
Right.
This is Wrestle Kingdom rematch. Alright. Mind you, majority of people never seen the first match, right? Let's go see this match. There's a big contingent of the fan base who've seen the first match. Most people haven't seen both, right? Also, most people have never seen Shinsuke Nakamura versus Brock Lesnar, but that matches exist from New Japan for the IWGP Heavyweight title. I suggest you look at it, check it out. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Kurt Angle. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Kevin Steen, Ring of Honor. Check them out. They're all on YouTube. Speaking of which,
they are.
While I have this wonderful platform, I would like to let the world know the Lynn Holt YouTube channel is coming soon. It's going to feature videos about slime. There's going to be some other stuff. Keish, your niece convinced us that she deserved her YouTube channel. She put together a all-out PowerPoint presentation.
Did she really put together a PowerPoint presentation
Keish,
to show y'all?
The stuff was so good. I was like, oh, she ready. I was so blown away. One, her putting together the PowerPoint. Two, the way she presented it. It was like, I felt like I was at a business meeting. I was like, all right, so how much we got to invest? You know what I mean? Like, it was that. Like, I say I'd never been prouder, but it was just like, it was so like, oh, damn. Right? Like, this kid got it going on. Like, she is good. Like, you feel a little hurt to your soul. You like, I I'm grown.
I can't deal with you.
I went to college.
Y'all got my niece out here. Y'all got my niece out here doing PowerPoints. Like, what the hell?
Keish,
Like, this is...
when I watched it, I was like, that is better than any shit I've ever done. I walked away mad a little bit, like, shit, I gotta step my shit up.
No. That just lets me know that I don't ever need to have a job where I can do PowerPoints. Like, I just don't. I don't need to be in this place in life. Like, I just don't. Like, this.
Well, if you ever have to do one, just pay Leah $20. She'll get you right. That's all I can tell you.
Word. That's it. That's all I say. You know what? I can't do it.
Then look, she had her friend hook up some kind of video intro with her name and colors, doing some shit. I'm like, that shit we ain't got for Ring Time Pro Wrestling. I was done, Keish. I was done. I was like, all right, you got it. You gonna be a star. All right, I'm just gonna ride the coattails. That's all I can tell you. I'm riding the coattails. Raw. So Raw was interesting, right? In the opening segment, Kurt Angle announces Brock Lesnar will not be at Raw. Now, this is an interesting attack with Brock Lesnar that we're doing, right? Because this is they are trying to create a different kind of interest for this match. Nobody wants Roman there, right? When I say nobody, I mean hardcore vocal fans don't want Roman there.
Right.
But I'm going to go with the John Cena effect, right? Women and children probably want Roman in this match, and believe he should be there. That's the only thing I can absorb from this, right? Like, I don't think it's the 10-year-olds that's like, Roman sucks. I know it's not the ladies, because apparently, with the story we did on the show a few years back, they had to watch him coming through the stands, because the women just... that's why I had to ask you. I was like, hey, man, is he that fine? Because my barometer ain't set for that. and you confirmed, so I'm going to go with, okay. So, yeah. I'm pretty sure that consistency of the fan base is fine with Roman Reigns getting a push. Like I said, I think it's an interesting tactic they're using. So right now, they're trying to heal Brock up a little bit. And what they're doing with Brock is, he's an asshole. He's not coming because he is exercising his privileges. He don't care about y'all. He just care about the payday. He just care about the check. Now, the only problem with this narrative, if you go do this, Keish, you can't send Brock to damn house shows.
Yeah, you really can't.
The most irrelevant part of Brock can't be out here doing house shows with Kane. I know y'all might have goals and stuff like that. No, don't do it. But yeah, Brock can't do house shows with Kane and other people. Like, no, stop doing that. That's correct. Because here's the thing: in a vacuum, that works, right? If we were in 1988. If we were in 1998, you could get away with this. There might be some rumors on that slow-ass internet where people were going, yeah, ping, and getting online. But in 2018, everybody got a damn camera phone and people taking pictures. You know how I know about Brock wrestling Kane? I watched the whole match. I had a friend that went to the show and he uploaded it. I'm sure that violates some kind of copyright, but it happened. Yeah, Keisha, you can't sit at the house shows. But I do like what they're doing. And for the most part, for the broad sense of the fans, they may not run across that because they may not see it. Right? But for us who have to who work in this, you know, because of the way we kind of work in this thing, we're gonna see it. But anyway, Roman confronts Kurt Angle. Roman is pissed. He went back to Gorilla, which I thought was interesting. Like, I never expected them to do that. Like, they gave you the, like, belief, and I mean, you know better, or you may or may not know better, but you kind of like, I think they got some shit really going on. And that's all you can ask for in wrestling, right? To me, is the idea of suspension of disbelief. The idea of like, I don't know if this is real or not. So, Roman got himself suspended after his conversation with Vince. Then they said it got heated in there, you know. And they didn't take it too far, right? One thing I'll give them credit for. They didn't have it where he was punching Vince out in the locker room, right?
Yeah, nah, we don't need to see all that. Like, that was just too much.
No, he didn't Bret Hart him, right? Because Bret legitly socked Vince. Like, that happened. Now, that happened because, you know, the Montreal Screwjob.
Right.
And, yeah, I mean, that happened because that was at the end of Bret documentary. And all you saw was Bret coming out shaking his head, and you saw Vince hold his jaw. I'm like, damn. And that's a legit punch. Because, see, all this wrestling stuff make you forget. Hey, man, if you're a grown man and you punch somebody in the face, your hand about to hurt. It's one of the reasons why I don't fight. Last time I punched somebody, my hand was hurting for like 4 days.
Right.
It wasn't exactly a sucker punch. It was like the brawl broke out. He was on the other side. He turned around. I didn't know what he was about to do, and I only had one option. So, but that was in my early 20s. But yeah, my hand was hurting after that. I was like, oh, no, shit. I am not built for fighting. That's the only thing I got out of it. Like, oh, wow, no, shit. I mean, before that, I hit somebody a couple of years before that. But before that, yeah, I had a fight since I was like 11. So I don't know. But based on my 11-year-old track record, I thought I still could fight. No, that shit hurts as an adult. So, like I said, that's when you know it's a real punch. If you see somebody and they hold their head afterward, they hit them for real. Because most of us ain't Floyd Mayweather. Like, we're not boxers. Boxers are a little different because they train their hands. But everybody else, that shit hurts. Alright, anyway. Sasha Banks defeats Sonya Deville. Bayley saves her and leaves her. Right? Weird scenario. So, Absolution was at the ringside. Mandy Rose was going to try to get involved. Bayley said, nah, not happening. This shit gonna stay one-on-one. Then Bayley rolled out. Absolution beat the hell out of Sasha. Now,
right.
Keith, you gonna ask, where is this going? Right? I'm sure you
don't need
wonder.
to ask. I don't need to ask. I kind of figure where I know where this is going.
It's absolutely going nowhere.
Right. So.
Word on the street, and usually I save stuff for the news section, and I figure out the news when I get there, because I'll be talking about shit that got to do with the news as we go along. Word on the street is that Sasha and Bayley will both participate in the Women's Battle Royal at WrestleMania and will not have the one-on-one match.
Boo!
Mind you, it's a Battle Royal. They need 20 women. They are not going to be able to call every old legend like they did to fill out the Royal Rumble. Like, they filled out the Royal Rumble with like 15 people from the past. They probably ain't going to be able to do that this time. Now, I would be remiss to not talk about the Battle Royal right now as opposed to try to hold that later as a story. Monday night, the WWE announced the first ever Fabulous Moolah Memorial Battle Royal, kind of the women's answer to the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, right?
Right.
Now, people are like, why did they name it after Mae Young? They already got the Mae Young Classic, so they couldn't do that. So they went to Moolah. Now, Moolah is a complicated figure in the world of professional wrestling. Like, this is one of the reasons why they thought they didn't name the Classic the Moolah Classic. They named it the Mae Young Classic because we thought they wouldn't go throw Moolah out there like that, right?
Right.
Now, You got to be able to survive a Google search, Keish. That's why this ain't the China Battle Royal, right? Because
Right.
bless her soul, China couldn't survive a Google search. Moolah is a complicated figure. She is a pioneer. She had wrestled for 80,000 years, all that good stuff, right? Longest rated women's champion, partly because they kept it dormant, but that's neither here nor there, right? The old lady might have been a despicable person.
What?
Because we come from this platform, I'm going to use it allegedly. Google Moolah training, and you will find out what I'm talking about. So, Moolah also helped a lot of women get into the wrestling business. She ran a camp, right? Now, there are various stories about this camp, and there's a lot of first-hand accounts from women who we know did train and work under Moolah. Moolah took a lot of their money. That's on the books. Now, to be fair to Moolah, it's kind of consistent with what the business was. I don't know if the rates were as bad, but Moolah was getting them checks. So like this, she booked you. She ran a booking service, right?
Right.
She takes a percentage of your booking, which every booking office does. Thing is, she charged these ladies $1,500 a month to live in her house, on top of taking money for the booking, right? So what ends up happening? A lot of these ladies ended up in debt to her and couldn't leave and stuff like that. Also, Moolah may have been a pimp, and I don't mean that like, pimp like the rapper talk. I mean like solicited prostitution from these young ladies. Like, hey, I go on the road. I'm in Tallahatchie, Texas tonight, right? I'll book to wrestle, May West or whatever. There's a knock at my hotel room door. It's Bubba Joe. Bubba Joe has paid Moolah for a night with me. I could say I could not comply, but apparently those who did comply might have got their eye dotted. So
That's crazy.
yeah. Now, like I said, this is all allegedly, but that being said, I command you to Google it. There's no shortage of stories, no shortage of resources from different websites. It's not like there's like one or two people with an agenda trying to take down old Moolah. No. Moolah got a fucked up past, allegedly.
But okay, so is this why I've been reading articles about them taking her name off of the Battle Royal, and like, why is WWE honoring Moolah? And I literally, after the announcement of the Battle Royal, this stuff started to pop up. Because when I go to my Google on my phone, like, it shows me news stories and, the things that I look into the most. And, of course, I look into restaurants a lot. So it's like, yeah, people don't understand why WWE are honoring Moolah, and Moolah's name's being taken off for the Battle Royal. And I was like, why? Like, what the hell? I was confused because I'm like, wait, you talking about fabulous Moolah? Like, Moolah, like, with Mae Young Moolah? Like, because, that's how I remember Moolah. And I'm sitting here like, I'm not understanding. What is this? Like, I was thoroughly confused and utterly shocked. Like, I was like, okay, I'm not understanding, like, why is everybody having an issue with fabulous Moolah? Like, why is this a problem? Like, I really didn't get it. But now that you explain it like that, oh, I completely understand now. This is actually ridiculous. Like, I'm like, wait, what? So she was out here pimping women. Were these women that she was supposedly training, or? Yeah,
there were people that she was training, people that she was helping get into business, and like I said, there's a lot of allegations. Like, it was a very abusive place. Her husband was involved. There are a lot of allegations, like I said, of physical abuse, like them just wailing old chicks. Like, it's bad, right? So the power of social media, people start roasting this battle royal. Like, apparently, now in 2018, if you do something stupid, just be prepared that the roasting is coming. And, as you know with social media, we have a mob mentality, so when them jokes start coming, hey man, they only start trying to one-up the jokes.
Right.
Unfortunately for that, Snickers, Mars Company, is a sponsor for WrestleMania. They were threatening to take their name off of this shit if Moolah was going to be a part of it. So, what ended up happening, they, in turn, took her name off the Battle Royal midweek, and it's now just the Women's Battle Royal at WrestleMania. Now, they probably already had a trophy made, so that shit's got to be redone. I give it to the credit, the power of social media. I give the credit to people standing up for something. Now, also, in events like this, you learn a lot about people. Right?
Right.
So, you know, on my Facebook timeline, I'm friends with a lot of wrestlers. Some big, some small, right?
Right.
A lot of guys were pissed that the name change. They thought it was horrible. Most of these gentlemen were white males. And I'm not saying that to say anything disparaging about white males. I'm saying that to say that they probably just don't have a sensitivity calibration for this. But hey man, it was like this is terrible and da. And then they start trying to clown people like y'all think y'all activists because y'all got the name change. Nah, people ain't saying that, but shit, man, people got to stand up and they ain't trying to appeal to no status quo just because y'all felt like it should just stay. Because but that's because people don't care about women. It's a whole nother story with that, right?
Right.
So I deal with that. And we on Raw, so we'll just do with the shit that deal with the Raw announcement. I ain't got to throw this in the news. So also they got roasted, but they ain't gonna change this. They only can do one thing at a time. They announced the celebrity interest in the Hall of Fame this year, Keish.
Yeah.
And his name is Kid Rock.
Right.
Okay. Full disclosure, I hated Kid Rock since 1999.
Shut up, Keith.
Full disclosure, right? Like, I couldn't stand him when I worked at Target, and I worked at Music, Movie, and Books. I wanted to burn all this shit. And for a variety of reasons. I didn't know I could hate him more until like 2 years ago, right?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's the thing. The tribute and the thing that they ran for Kid Rock is wholly inaccurate, and it's bullshit. Alright, first of all, they called him a rapper. That motherfucker couldn't rap a gift. He tried to rap.
Not a rapper.
Tried to rap, right? So
yeah, and that failed miserably. Oh my god, that failed miserably.
Little bit of background, right? So he tried to rap mid-90s. It stunk. He still had a deal though. In 99, he makes an album that's loosely rock rap. Like, okay, you gotta understand the landscape, right? So this is the time where Limp Bizkit is huge, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
He makes an album in that ilk. Now, also, from Detroit, a white rapper named Eminem took off. Skyrockets. So, his label built him as another white rapper from Detroit. First of all, he ain't a rapper. Second of all, this motherfucker ain't from Detroit. And we're going to stop perpetuating this lie. He from Romeo. Romeo is, and I know where Romeo is. How do I know where fucking Romeo is? Because as a high school wrestler in the state of Michigan, you go to all the little small shithole towns over the state to wrestle in tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck him. Fuck Romeo. Romeo is about 45 minutes from Detroit. So that's like me being from Stockbridge. Not even Stockbridge. That's me like damn near Macon talking about Atlanta. Right? That's me living in
Yeah.
Cartersville. Talking about I got to live in Cartersville, Rome, and I'm talking about Atlanta. All right. And, you know, he plays like this whole, like his fan base, he found a fan base he can love, like that redneck trailer park audience, right?
Of course.
Keisha, I can show you Kid Rock's childhood home. There's people who lived in trailers. His family owned trailers that they used for camping. Okay? Like, if the shit was set in 1850, it's a plantation. Like, it's a big ass house. His dad was some kind of big auto executive. But
he played out like he was just broke. And
it's just use people just like the guy he supports, Trump, right?
Right.
So Rock is a big Trump supporter. He hangs out with Sarah Palin. He does say racist shit about President Obama. He rocks the Confederate flag. So everything I despise, he has picked up in the last couple of years. But that doesn't put you on the outs with the WWE, because I mean, hell, Linda McMahon is in the cabinet, right?
Right.
Like, they all had a picture at the White House. I'll go you one further. Trump's in the Hall of Fame. They have a 30-year relationship. I just watched WrestleMania 4. Apparently, Donald Trump's a Hulkamaniac, which has totally different context in 2018.
Right.
Because since both of them have revealed themselves to me. Now, like when I was a kid, I was like, cool, Donald Trump like Hulk Hogan. Now as an adult, I'm like, oh, so Hogan was telling us back then, they're both raging racists.
Right. Right. That's a whole different context now. That's like a whole different conversation now.
Right. Yeah. So, Kid Rock's going into the WWE Hall of Fame. He might get resoundingly booed at the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when they play it on TV the second time, they'll edit the boos out. But listen for the boos the first time around, if you watch that first time. But yeah, Kid Rock, Hall of Fame. Total bullshit.
Yeah.
But, okay. The Bar gets beat the fuck up by the entire tag team division because they came out, said ain't nobody able to challenge him. They was about to wrestle the Miztourage, who was bringing a fight. I was very interested to see this match, but then all the tag teams showed up.
Right.
Which led to a match later on that night for a battle royal for the number one contendership. After that, Keish, John Cena officially challenges The Undertaker for a WrestleMania match.
Yeah, about that.
Alright.
Because I was just like, really?
Once again, if you read WrestleMania booking that I've written, crazy enough, I put this match together for the last time they was in New Orleans. So at WrestleMania 30, I thought this should have been the match.
Right.
Even though I would have Brock Lesnar and Batista, and I don't think that would have worked out. But, yeah, I had Taker Cena. I thought at that time it meant more. Now it's a match that should have happened that never did. I'm good with it never happening. But I think they want to have something for Cena that's WrestleMania level. And I mean, they say this been in the works for a while, right? Everything's been a smokescreen. The Rey Mysterio rumors, all this shit's been a smokescreen. I don't know how I feel about it. Like, part of me is like, Taker retired last year. Y'all put Roman over. Leave it alone. But then it's like, alright, I mean, because here's the thing. Who loses, Keish?
Well, it will depends on who you asking, because some people say everybody.
What I mean by that, like, hey, somebody gotta lose this match.
Right. This is true. But I don't know. Like, that's a good question to ask. It's a great question to ask, but the real question is, like, who does lose? Like, what is their... I mean, what can you really say about it?
I don't know.
Is there a real loser to this match, or like where does it go? You know?
Well, here's the thing. I think Cena's essentially getting towards the end, right? Okay, cool. So what does that mean? If I bring Undertaker back for one more match, this has got to be it, right? Even though I think Taker probably feel like he can keep doing the one match. And, I mean, he probably can. Well into the 60s. But sometimes you just want to let things go, right?
See, had this happened maybe about 5 or 6 years ago, then I would have been like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I probably would have been like, fine, you know, whatever. But now I'm really, honestly, I'm advocating for Undertaker to stop wrestling at WrestleMania, because every time he wrestles at WrestleMania, that is a match to his match count, his streak. You know what I'm saying? And I hated when they broke the streak in the first place. And then they had Roman beat him last year, which pissed me off. So I was like, okay, this needs to be it for Undertaker. Like, last year should have been the last year. I don't want to see him at WrestleMania this year. If he's there, I don't want to see him wrestle. This whole Undertaker-Cena match, I don't want to see it. I'm not for it. Like, I'm not a supporter. And I'm not going to be. I'm done with that. Now, Undertaker, as I have realized, he's one of my favorite wrestlers. If not, he is my favorite wrestler. And I watch his stuff all the time. I'm like the biggest advocate of, like, reliving Undertaker matches. But I'm not for... Because I watched WrestleMania last year. And I've seen how he was in the ring. And I'm not saying like he was horrible, but at the same time, sometimes you just know when it's time to let it go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And at this point, that's where I'm at with him. I don't want to see one of my favorite wrestlers continue to wrestle when it needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? That one time he comes back every year is WrestleMania, and this is the biggest stage, and I don't need Cena beating him at WrestleMania. And the reason why I say that is because it's not like you're wrestling the Undertaker that was from, like, I don't know, 2001, 2005, 2010. Like, that's not who we're talking about here. If anybody paid attention to how he was in that ring last year, when he walked away from the ring last year, when he left that hat and that trench coat in the ring, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't just to say, I'm tired. Like, to me, I wanted it to be like, this is it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I really honestly just wanted it to be that kind of moment. I don't need him coming back to WrestleMania this year because it takes away from all of that. What was the point? You know what I'm saying? Like, that to me it always begs the question. WWE loves to do this, and I can't stand it. They make these extra dramatic moments, and they're talked about for years. You know what I'm saying? And then you come back and you just completely destroy that. They've done that with retirements. They've done that with last matches for people. I mean, it really sucks. The way that they handle business sometimes is awful. And I'm going to say that wholeheartedly. And if they were to actually create this match, I'm telling you, I won't watch it. Like, I mean that with every single bit of honesty in me. Like, I can't. Because I know that how this is going to go and how it's going to play out. And I don't want to see that. I don't. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not with it. I don't support it. And the fact that they had Cena out there to challenge Undertaker looking all extra desperate and whatnot. Like, no. If you want him to be at WrestleMania, that's fine. Y'all need to find another way to incorporate him into the show. Obviously, him getting into a championship match wasn't going to happen. You know, that obviously that route then y'all didn't take that route with him. That's fine. Let's not do that. But him wrestling Undertaker, nah, bruh. Never. Like, if this was a few years ago, I'd say about 5 or 6, maybe even 3, you know, I probably would have been a little bit more accepting. But as of now, no, I'm not for it. And I'm not going to be for it. I'm never going to support this decision. Like, if they were to make this happen, I'm not supporting it. You have 3 weeks till WrestleMania. I'm not for the games. Let's not do this.
Here's the thing.
Let's not.
If Taker wins and they both walk away, then I can work with that. I can work with that. If they both walk it away and Taker wins, I'm good. I could deal with that. That being said, no, I mean, that's all I got for that, right?
Right.
Going down the list, Finn Balor defeats Seth Rollins in a pretty good match. They wrestled 1-on-1. I would keep them away from each other for the rest of this time, as the triple threat match is set up for the IC title. Asuka defeats Mickie James in a match where Nia was supposed to come down to help jump Asuka, but Kurt said don't. Mickie got that work. Mickie put in a good match, though. I thought that was probably one of the entertaining matches of the evening. Nia Jax defeats just some jobber. But then we get the fallout, right? So they did like a little GTV kind of thing where, hey, Alexa and Mickie was setting up for an interview, and they start talking. They didn't know the mic was live, and they found out that Alexa was using Nia, and so now we know Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss go be for the world title. Keish. Now they turned her babyface to do this, which I don't like, but will Nia Jax finally win that belt? Will they stop fucking around with our emotions?
She needs to. I need this to be a Nia Jax Alexa Bliss set up for WrestleMania so that Nia can take that belt and if she has a WrestleMania moment, and then I shove it all in Alexa Bliss's face. I'm with it. Let's do it. Please. Please.
That sounds a little personal.
Because, I'm sorry, like, I love Alexa. Don't get me wrong. I have grown to like Alexa Bliss as a wrestler. I have, and we have had this discussion on the show before. But I need Nia Jax to have her moment. They've been stealing her moment away from her for too long, and I'm sick of it. I'm sorry. I advocate for women of color. I don't have time for anything else. Like, like I'm not even for the games or the bullshit. Like, I need for Nia Jax to face Alexa Bliss at WrestleMania, and I don't just need her to be in this match. I need her to win. I need her to walk out of WrestleMania the new WWE Raw Women's Champion. That's what I want. That's what I need in life. So when Asuka had declared that she was going to face Charlotte, I told myself, the first thing I said when I found that out, I said, Nia Jax needs to face Alexa Bliss at WrestleMania. Done deal. No one else deserves that spot. I meant that. Like, I told myself that. That was the first thing I said to myself. Like, I was like, no, this needs to set up Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax at WrestleMania.
Right.
I need Nia to have her moment. Like, I really do. And I don't want her to win by disqualification. I don't want her winning by count out or none of that foolishness. I want her to have the belt. She needs to have that title. She deserves that title. How you gonna have the irresistible force and she's never won a single title? That doesn't even make sense to me, Keith. I don't get it.
No.
I don't. I'm just saying. And of course, for women in wrestling, like in the WWE, you only have 3 chances at this. You have Raw Women's title, you have SmackDown Women's title, and you have the NXT Women's title. So if you're not one of those champions, then you're just a woman wrestling on a roster for that chance to win one of those titles. You know what I'm saying? And of course I will always advocate for like tag team titles for the women and stuff like that, of course, because I feel like that needs to happen. But at the same time, like certain women don't get the recognition, they don't get what they deserve. And then of course to me, the things that are the way storylines are set up and the things that are said, the way that they're described, it doesn't fit. You describe Nia Jax as the irresistible force, and yet it's like y'all pushed her to the side at times where she needed to be put in front.
Too many matches with Asuka.
Yeah.
Too many matches she couldn't win.
Right. Exactly.
But, you know.
So now I need her to have this moment. That's her moment that she deserves and she rightfully needs to have. And no, I don't mean have her win the title at WrestleMania and lose it the next night on Raw. I mean have her win that title at WrestleMania and at least have her go not to the next pay-per-view, but at least a few months down the line. You know what I'm saying? I need her to really be champion. I don't need her to win the title and then lose it like the next week in a rematch. Like, no, ain't what I asking for. That's not what she do. That's not the position she needs to be in. I'm gonna need Nia to be walking around with that belt for a minute. I ain't saying for the rest of the year. I'm not telling you it needs to be the next WrestleMania, nothing like that. All I'm saying is give Nia what she's due.
Right.
I'm gonna get off my soapbox because I'm telling you, I can go on and on with this. Let me hop down because I'm.
All right, Keisha's hopped down off the soapbox. The WWE revealed the Woken Matt Hardy and his Woken family. Next week, Matt Hardy, Bray Wyatt, Ultimate Deletion. Will it be better than TNA, Keish?
They need to get it together. They do. They need to get that together. I'm not dealing with this. I'm just not. So now y'all getting Ruby and Maxwell and Wolfie all involved. Like, what is wrong with y'all?
Yeah.
Like, this is what we doing? I can't do it.
Man, when is Brother Nero coming back?
That's my question.
Brother Nero.
Well, we're going to talk about Brother Nero in the news, but
okay.
I digress.
I'm saying because that's another thing too, because Remy said we don't know what the fuck we talking about, but that's different story, different topic. So the main event of Raw was the tag team battle royal, Keish, right?
Right.
But somebody entered that battle royal without a partner and won it. It was Braun Strowman. Who said he ain't gonna cry and bitch about his WrestleMania moment? He gonna make his happen. Which
So
I say this: shots fired at what John Cena.
right.
But yeah, no man. Keish, I don't know. So Braun wins that battle royal. He's the most dominant force in WWF. The question is, first of all, Matt Morgan. Man, they take all the TNA stories. Matt Morgan did this before. It can be done. What you got?
How do you set this up exactly? So, one man is going to face both of the tag team champions?
Yeah, guess what? And they got to tag get it out. It's a tag team match. It's not a handicap match. They got to tag get it out. I just ain't got nobody to tag.
So, him by himself. So, it's going to be Braun Strowman versus The Bar for the tag team titles.
Yep.
Do I have this right? Is this
Yes.
what I'm understanding?
That's what we got booked so far. Unless
What kind of shit is this?
they force him to get a partner and they pair Elias with him. That's on the table.
That would actually be awesome. I'm actually for that.
And then they're like a dysfunctional tag team.
But I like that though.
Or, I mean, he just walks around with both belts for a while.
See, I just don't want them doing something extra dumb, like pairing him with John Cena. Like, I just don't have time for that. You know? Like, Braun done made his WrestleMania moment, but he has to have a partner, so John's still out here looking for his, and they pair him with John, and then it's John Cena and Braun Strowman versus The Bar. You know? Yeah.
I hope not.
Like, I'm just not.
I hope
not
not.
with it.
I hope not. Unless it's Elias, I don't want nothing else.
Yeah, exactly, because Elias is awesome. I just don't. No, I don't want that to happen, Keith. I'm just not with it. I ain't with the game or the BS. Like, I'm just not gonna do it. Nope.
Well, with that being said, it is break time. We are going to hit the break. We'll be back. Then we'll finish up with the news and SmackDown.
Right.
NWA, we're proud, second of all, maybe even first of all, to represent your company. I'm talking Jim Crockett Promotions. By being the World Tag Team Champions at various states, very easily, we are the best at what we do. You didn't hear any music. You didn't see any face paint. You don't see any glitter. What you see is plain boots and plain tights. And what you also saw was plain wrestling, which is on the marquee. These days, our business gets glamorized by different aspects and different people. There's some of them like to call it showbiz. A lot of people like to think they're stars. Tully and myself, Ric Flair, James J. Dillon, know that stars are in the sky and stars are in Hollywood. What we are is professional athletes. And every time we come to a building, you gotta know, your brothers gotta know, those people that have watched us for a lot of years gotta know. That's the reason they keep coming back. And last but not least, we gotta know that whether we're sick, whether we're hurting a little bit, whether we got problems at home, or we had problems making our plane, that we give you 110% because that's what you paid for. And irregardless of what you think, Luger, these people that buy these tickets don't pay our salary. His brother, and he does, and they pay us real well because we're worth every nickel. And when you look in these eyes and you look at that match that just take place, you see a little Anderson fire coming back because that's my roots. I was learned it. I was taught the old way. It is take a body part and render it useless. And my friend, a three-legged table is worth nothing to anybody. So in the Crockett Cup, that 20-inch arm of yours, Luger, can be just as useless as the one we just showed you. We are the best. We are the Horsemen.
I love that promo. A three-legged table like no good to nobody. Fuck your table. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry.
See, no.
Sorry.
No.
Hey, man, sometimes I just get emotional. I'm just like, shit. That's right. Tell them, R.
Obviously.
So, yeah. Let's go into this. It's been a hell of a week, but we're here. Oh, yeah, I forgot about the story. Okay, let's get to the birthdays real quick. Because we like the birthdays. Today is your birthday. Okay.
Well, we're still in Pisces season. So,
Yeah.
yeah, of course
Keisha?
you're going to love the birthdays because, woo, like,
All right.
what do you mean? Are you
Yeah.
serious? Like,
Wonderful celebration last week. I didn't know we had that much fun at a bowling alley. Also,
oh, yeah, it was awesome.
since we all got a bunch of free games, when are we going back? That's the thing that we got to talk about.
Right.
Shout out to the brunch on Sunday with cousin Raheem. That was nice to see the family and things of that nature.
It was dope.
Yeah. I'll ask you something about off air because I want to know, did you get your money back? But
no, we can talk about that on air.
Okay.
So let me tell y'all something, okay? No, what happened is, Keith, I had them a message online.
Right.
I went to their website, and I hadn't heard anything back yet. But what they don't really understand is Keisha will call you and blow up your phone until somebody says something, because I'm not with the games. I don't have time for that. So...
Do you know you're a City of Atlanta employee?
No, I'm gonna call on Monday, and I'm gonna keep calling, and I'm gonna keep. If I gotta show up there, I will. If I gotta find the office, I will. Let me tell y'all something, okay? These fools gave me a boot on my car on my birthday. Like, are you for real? And what's crazy about that is, I wasn't parked in a handicapped space or anything like that. I was parked in a parking lot. It was we paid for the space, for the time and the space. But the thing about the machine was it wouldn't let you pay for more than 2 hours. So then it asked for your phone number, like, oh, when you reach for 2 hours, then it'll send you a text message so that you can go and pay for more time. Never sent a text message. People's cars got booted. $75 to get the boot off the car. And dude was just out there like, well, I mean, I ain't got nothing to do with that, but it's $75 to get the boot off your car. Dude, you've been doing this for too long. I think that dude know. And that's why he be running around out there waiting.
No, that dude enjoyed his job too much. He enjoyed his job. He was like,
yeah.
I'm top flight. Best in the world, Craig. Best in the world. I'm like, you about to get fucked. You gonna get fucked up over this $75.
Exactly. I was like, is he for real?
Yeah.
I don't have time for it.
Because I thought those other ladies was gonna stab him in the back while y'all was talking.
Right.
But yeah.
So at the end of the day, I'm waiting on a response. I told him, if you want, you can call me. Here's my phone number. But trust and believe, it's not the last he gonna hear from me. So at the end of the day, y'all better get it together. Like, I'm not even with the games.
We put Ring Time Nation on them.
No, because I'm going to tell you right now, like now I am a city employee. You damn right. And at the same time, somebody can pay me back for this boot that I didn't deserve to have to pay for. Because, and I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, well, we'll make sure the machine is working right in the no. You're going to pay me for this boot. You either going to pay me the full price I paid, the full amount I paid to get that thing off my car. You're going to give me at least half. I don't have time for this. Like, I just don't. So, at the end of the day, somebody going to be paying me my money. Like, I'm not even playing with these games. It was my birthday. And then he had the nerve to be like, the date is 3/11/18. I know what day it is. It's my birthday. Oh, my bad. I'm saying, you ain't sorry. Because if you were sorry, you would just take the damn boot off my car.
She ain't know.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care if he knew or not. That ain't the point. The point is, the boot should never been on my damn car in the first place. So, and he just looking all crazy. Yeah, go get the damn boot off my car. That's what you do. I digress. I had a moment. So,
it's Bootman.
Look.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. And I kid y'all not, that was the first time I've ever had a boot on my car, and I was still pissed. I was irritated. I was like, y'all, are you for real? Like, seriously?
Yeah.
He didn't care. I want my money back. Okay. We ain't even got into the birthdays, huh? Nope, we sure haven't, because
no.
Price of season is still shit. I'm just telling y'all, letting y'all know.
Alright, so, yesterday, Keish, March 17th, the late, great Andrew Martin, Test. So, well, he had a birthday. Test would have been 43. Samoa Joe celebrated a birthday yesterday. Samoa Joe turns 39. Shout out to Samoa Joe. 79 in the house. Today, March 18th, when this show drops, Ethan Carter III, EC3, turns 35.
Is he still signed to NXT?
As far as I know, yes. He hasn't made like the TV thing, but you know he has debuted at NXT. I guess they should air sooner than later.
Okay.
He shares a birthday with a guy I don't think is in the Hall of Fame, but should be. Rick the Bottle Martel. Rick Martel turns. Damn, is Rick 60? Rick is 62. Yes. Shit. But yeah, Rick Martel. Former AWA champion Rick Martel. One half of the former tag team Strike Force with Tito Santana, former WWE tag team champions. Has the legendary blindfold match with Jake the Snake Roberts, where the two wrestled blindfolded. Yes, that happened. Yeah, like I said, Rick Martel should be in the Hall of Fame. Be Hillbilly Jim there.
Let me see.
Okay. Some people may find that slanderous. I don't care. So, Keish, if I told you Brian Christopher Lawler, who you know maybe know as Brian Christopher, who you may know as Grandmaster Sexay, Jerry Lawler's kid, got his face busted up by former TNA wrestler Chase Stevens last month.
What?
Yeah. This is information from a police report that says Stevens punched Lawler in the face in a hotel room in Indiana February 18th, which left him swelling all over, an approximate 2-inch laceration to his right eyebrow and orbital eye socket discoloration, which means both eyes, bleeding from the nose, abrasions, and noticeable front tooth dental injuries. That dude knocked out he gave him 2 eye jammies and he knocked out a tooth. That's what I can get from reading this. Lawler said Stevens incorrectly thought he was trying to hit on his girlfriend at a club, and Stevens claimed it was self-defense. Lawler was drunk, causing a scene at the hotel, and shit went haywire after that.
They both sound like they need to get their lives together. Like, what is this?
I mean,
that just sounds foolish. Like, what?
Yeah, apparently, according to the police report, Lawler said he was attacked for no reason, and he was confused. The physician reported that Lawler had broken bones in his face, broken teeth, and surgery was required. Officers was told the trauma team had been activated after Lawler's injuries had been evaluated. Lawler was intoxicated on alcohol and admitted he had several prescription drugs. At that moment, you can't believe anything that person says. Lawler told me he absolutely wants to pursue charges against Clark. So, hey man, this shit's gonna get kind of weird. But
right.
Stevens was arrested. He's out of jail now. Lawler was released from the hospital. And hey man, if you see him in the streets,
this is just foolish. I mean, for real.
Hey man,
all of it.
They could have did this in wrestling. Somebody could have advanced their career.
Yeah, you right about that, but that did not happen. That is not what happened. This is absolutely foolish. The
WWE released a statement on Jeff Hardy's arrest for DWI, saying that Jeff Hardy is responsible for his own personal actions. We are investigating the matter, await information from local law enforcement officials. Same statement they released in January when Jey Uso got arrested for DWI. Now, DWI is slightly different than DUI. Driving under the influence versus driving while intoxicated. According to the report obtained by CBS Sports, Hardy was driving northbound on Concord Parkway when he allegedly ran off the roadway, striking about 105 feet of guardrail before the back end of the car spun out 90 degrees. That dude was gone.
Oh my God.
Coming to rest in the middle of the night, northbound lane of travel, it was estimated that by police that the scene, Hardy did about $8,000 of damage to his 2016 Cadillac and about $5,000 to the guardrail itself. Jeff, you gotta take care of the caddy, man. Oh, Keish, I'm looking at Cadillacs. It might be my next car. You gotta take care of the caddy.
Get your life together.
No, I'm serious. I'm looking at caddies. You tell me to get my life. I got my life together. That's why I can afford a Cadillac. Don't tell me. I got my life. Shoot, I'm in the middle class. Let me quit. That was. If there's ever gonna be a clip that's saved from this show, it's gonna be that one. I got my life. I'm in the middle class. All right. Anyway, it is unknown whether Hardy suffered any injuries as a result of the accident. It has not appeared that he was transported to a hospital, and he was released from jail shortly after being booked. TMZ added he took a breathalyzer and blew a .25. Case, he was lit.
Right.
Oh my God, he was lit.
Yeah.
I want you to understand this. Okay, the legal limit is .08.
Right.
He is 3 times the legal limit. That dude, like, there's no like discrepancy. That dude was lit.
Not even a little bit.
All right, and given Jeff Hardy's past, there's no mention if there was some pills involved with that. Man, I mean, reading the accident description, it's like, damn, he was gone. Nah, that's not speculation. Nah. Apparently, breathalyzer confirms that dude was lit. Jey Uso's situation wasn't like this. It was just kind of like a hiccup in the road, and they just probably slapped his hand. With this also, here's the problem. They have a lot invested in the Hardys. They expected Jeff to be a big part of that. Fortunately, this time for Matt, his gimmick is the one that got them going. Because I would tell you, I feel bad for Matt sometimes. Because this is what's happened throughout their wrestling career. Matt is the stable Hardy, right? He's had his troubles and he's done some dumb shit, but he's for the most part the stable guy. He's the business guy. I mean, he's the guy who ran the business. He ran Omega, right, when they started it out and came up. When they had Jeff wrestling on Raw at 16 when he was entirely too young. But Jeff is the wild card, but he's the charismatic enigma. Jeff is the guy that sells tickets. Jeff, if they're the fucks, Matt is Dory, Jeff is Terry. Dory is very consistent, does what he's supposed to do, was an incredible performer, Terry was Wildfire. But because he was Wildfire, you know, there became complications. Dusty explained it wrestling up, right? He said he could go wrestle Dory for like an hour at the Omni and do all right, but he could go wrestle Terry for 15 minutes and it just be total chaos, right?
Right.
That's that energy Jeff Hardy brings. Kind of respectively different, markedly different, but that's the analogy I'm going to use. What used to happen to Matt was Jeff would fuck up and that would cause Matt problems in his career. One, that's his brother, and he didn't, you know, you got to take up for your brother when people ask about it. But then the problem was that their plans was for Jeff. Matt was kind of just his brother. Like, that's how he looked at him. Now, fortunately for Matt, this time around, Matt got the gimmick. Matt got the thing that's holding on to. Which, Matt is the reason they got back in the WWE a long time ago, because Matt had the gimmick. Matt had the thing with Edge, right? And Lita.
Right.
Which really wasn't a gimmick. Unfortunately, that was real life. And I do not respond well to people putting matches together where somebody could be hurt for real.
Right.
that happened. But yeah, geesh, lit. Jeff Hardy. Did we discuss the 50-man battle royal of Saudi Arabia?
What?
Okay. Saudi Arabia plans to have a 50-man Royal Rumble match called like the grandest rumble of them all. Well, I'm going to tell you this. Two things. One, the WWE probably wants to expand into the Arab market. Two, Saudi Arabia is full of billionaires and somebody might want to see this and they may have paid a shit ton of money to make this happen. Understand, in places like that, Dubai and stuff like that, you ever see it where like artists went and performed at somebody's birthday party and how much money they made? Like they went and performed at the Prince Shahid's birthday party and they made $1 million.
Right.
Now some people made a lot of money and they was doing it for hostile dictators and people was asking like, y'all might need to get that money back. But for the most part, most people didn't. I'm pretty sure Vince and them took a ton of money from somebody over there to make this happen. 50-man Royal Rumble match. 50. Not 30, not 40, but 50. 5-0. They're going to have everybody in that bad boy. And a lot of probably local Arab talent, right? So, but yeah. It's scheduled to go down Saudi Arabia April 27th. And they believe it's going to be aired on the WWE Network. The WWE has not announced that yet, but they believe that's going to be on the WWE Network. Roman Reigns was asked about it on the Jim and Sam show on XM Radio, and he said, hopefully I'm not giving any spoilers, but I believe it's going to be a huge network special. The WWE is going to make it a major priority. This is not Roman saying, this is what speculation of the article, after WrestleMania. Some names have been rumored to appear are Chris Jericho, The Undertaker. The Undertaker might not actually wrestle in the match. So, that's happening. Trying to make sure I cover all the painstaking stuff. Yeah, it's going down. Boop, 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 boop. And they say Carmella is commenting on the possibility that she might have a failed Money in the Bank cash in. Aiden English was asked, what is it like to carry on the Guerrero family legacy? If you don't know, Aiden English is married to Eddie's daughter. Eddie and Vicky's daughter.
Oh.
Shaw.
Ain't nobody tell me that. Wait a minute.
Yes. So, and, you know, he said, people ask me that, do you feel like you carried on a part of legacy and everything like that? And it's an awkward question for you because I'm married into the family, but it's not like it's some goal to carry on the legacy, but there's absolutely a sense of pride and honor to be associated with the entire family.
Right.
Yeah, man, you married in, but now you in the family. So, yes, you will be carrying on the legacy, even though you did marry in.
Right.
So did Vicky. Vicky married in, but she carries on the legacy.
Right.
Which, I mean, one of the greatest families of all time. But, yeah, so, yeah, no, Aiden English is, you know, Guerrero affiliated. So, that has happened. ROH, Best in the World, is coming to Baltimore's UMBC Event Center in June. Now, why is that totally like a thing now? And they announced it for Friday, June 29th. Keish, are you familiar with UMBC? That is the University of Maryland, Baltimore County.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I am. They
are the only school in the history of the NCAA tournament, which has happened this week, since the format expanded to 64 teams, and the seeding was 1 versus 16. A 16 seed has never beat a 1, right?
Right.
This weekend, University of Maryland, Baltimore County, which sounds like one of them schools that comes on TV during the day, that you get a free laptop if you go.
Right.
Pulled off that upset. Now, they did not just upset the number 1 team in the region. That Maryland was the number 1 overall seed in the tournament, which means UMBC was the absolutely last seed in the tournament because that's how they seed them. So
Right.
that team was Team 68, and they won. To give you some perspective, there have been 136 games with 1 versus 16. They have the 1 against 135. They have the 1. I have a feeling, because my pastor's a sports fan, that tomorrow at church there will be a sermon about how you got to believe yourself and God will overcome, and that, hey, nobody believed in this team and they won.
Right.
And they blew the doors off of Virginia. But that's besides the point. So yeah, all Rich is having their event there. So, but yeah, I laughed because like I saw the school and it was like University of Maryland, Baltimore. I like, whoo, that sounds like one of them schools that, like I said, they offer a free laptop and they tell you that they give you credit for your work experience.
I'm not dealing with you, Keith. I swear I'm not. I'm
Now,
just not.
hey, so it's funny because I might know people who went there and they gonna feel insulted, but hey, man. And you can sling arrows at Georgia State if you want to. Hey, we was a 15 seed. Yeah, we've won before. Hell, last 2 times before this one we won. We just didn't win this week.
Mm-hmm.
Just something I talk about.
I know it is.
Oh, I'm sorry, because we beat y'all to get to the tournament this year.
You know what? Bye. I'm not. Nope. And with that, the show's over for the night. Good night, people. Y'all have a great night. This is the second time I'm shut this show down. I don't know why the hell we ain't ended it yet. I'm telling you, I'm not.
Okay.
My brother ain't shit. I just want y'all to know, like, he love to bring that. He just love to throw that in my face, don't you?
All right. So, Keish, you know what they was worried about? They was worried about Roman Reigns getting caught in this steroid thing from this filmmaker Johnny Bravo, right?
Uh-huh.
And this is the shit that, Roman got suspended for a while back. So Johnny Bravo released his groundbreaking thing, right? Where he placed over 140,000 orders and all this stuff. Bravo mentioned WWE legend who did place 140,000 orders. I'm sorry. Bravo's a jail steroid distributor. He got this video called The Evidence of WFN and the story behind distribution. And he got Roman Reigns' picture on it. Like, he got other pictures there. Apparently he dropped the bomb and they was like, alright, cool. Problem was, that shit didn't provide any evidence that Roman Reigns did shit. It was like, oh, yeah, man, hell, this thing don't have nothing that implicates Roman Reigns. Now, Bravo, of course, people clouded him because of it, and he has a defense. I'm a one-man team. I do this alone, with no help. Not even one person reviews it but myself. Yes, there's some spelling errors when you get rushed by thousands to make a video of this magnitude and this amount of time, and the work, there will be errors. I am human, shit. Also, since no matter how many times or ways I say it, there is evidence on Reigns, but without some key text to match the orders, I will not disclose it. Just wanted to tell everyone that I'm going to be taking some time away from YouTube and focus on the WFN film and other feature film opportunities that I have been given. I pour my heart and soul in these videos and feel that most do not understand what I am doing here. Nah, you fucked up. This is what you did.
Right. Exactly.
Roman Reigns was the biggest name you could think of that may have had been involved in something, and you said, I'm going to try to make all the money I can get off of this dude, and you ain't had shit. And then, now you like, look, man, this is some text. I don't like, hey, y'all rushed me to make this video because y'all want to see this video. Of course I'm going to fuck up the spelling. Of course I'm going to have some spelling errors. Let me tell you something. As somebody who produces content, I write, I make audio, of course, all that stuff. Keish, I do not blame my spelling errors on people want the content.
Right.
Not really how I do that. If I messed up spelling, it's because I rushed it out sloppy. Sorry. And now, if you littered with spelling errors, which I don't do, I mean, my spelling errors is like here and there. Hey man, you might need to get some hooked on phonics.
Right.
Reading is fundamental.
Just saying.
That's all. That's all. Reading is fundamental. But yeah. I'm just yeah, but no evidence, Keish. Nothing really worth talking about. Nothing to see here. So, with that being said, SmackDown, Keish. We can wrap this up. Because we have been at this for an hour and 46 minutes of pure audio quality. Okay, so the show opens up. AJ Styles, Nakamura. They go at WrestleMania. AJ gets challenged by Rusev. Once again, Keish. Why are we putting Rusev in matches he can't win? And I don't mean he can't win like he can't beat AJ Styles. I mean he can't win because theoretically you can't have him beat the world champion ahead of WrestleMania.
Right.
Unless you go got long range plans for him in the belt, which y'all proving that y'all don't because he didn't win.
Right.
Aiden English, the aforementioned Aiden English of the Guerrero family, attacked AJ during the match when it was getting out of hand. And then Nakamura had to come in because he had to be sitting ringside and save the day. And then they ran those guys off, which I got a feeling that's going to happen a couple more times before WrestleMania. And then, of course, something going to happen where AJ ended up kicking Nakamura or something. But then, all hell will break loose. But, yeah, that happened. The Bludgeon Brothers won a tag team match. They defeated Jimmy Uso and Big E. As we discussed at the Fastlane pay-per-view, everybody got hurt. And the only people who left was Big E and Jimmy Uso. So they made a team, and they went out there, and then they got beat up by the Bludgeon Brothers. They tried to use chairs. The Bludgeon Brothers used their mallets. Also, those mallets are fucking hollow.
Right.
Charlotte and Asuka had a face-to-face conversation. Randy Orton, Bobby Roode, Jinder Mahal had some issues. Jinder Mahal defeated Bobby Roode. Once again, this is how this is going to be a triple threat match. Jinder has solo wins recently against Roode and Orton. Bobby Roode has a rematch clause. I smell triple threat for the United States title. Carmella defeated Naomi. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay. First of all, glad to see Carmella back. Because I don't know what that was, but they kind of had her on like Fantasy Island for a while.
Yeah, they really did.
So that happened. I just basically sped through the entire show.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you did, Keith.
Yeah, but here's the end. Shane McMahon came out, said his actions were bad, but he made a match, a one-on-one match for Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens at WrestleMania.
So they're facing each other?
They were, but I think it might turn into a triple threat match. Shane made the match, but after they beat the hell out of Shane, who knows, right?
Right.
Also, after seeing Shane and Gorilla at Raw, and now Shane is going to take a leave of absence as the commissioner after making a match. But then Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens jumped him and beat the hell out of him. So that leave of absence is going to be long because he's going to be hurt. But yeah, Shane is out. The beatdown was uncomfortable but good. Shane sold the hell out of it. Now, Shane might get a tag team partner and face KO and Sami Zayn. or it's a triple threat match because Sami and KO still have issues. But they got together and they brutalized Mr. McMahon, and I don't know. But because Shane's stepping away as commissioner, who knows? We knew we were going here. We knew we were going here like 4 months ago. We just keep creeping. We got there. So WrestleMania is setting up. Like, I think we're almost knocked down to exactly what we're going to have going on.
Right.
With that said, we'll bring up some ideas and see where that goes. Keish, any thoughts or closing comments as we have knocked out a lot of time?
I want everyone to enjoy their week, and all of that good stuff. You know, school's killing me right now, but I'm making it through. You know what I'm saying? I still have A's in both of my classes for the moment. Hope to keep it that way, but I'm telling you, I don't know what the hell I signed up for. I swear. But once this degree is done next March, I'm telling you, I'm not doing this again. I can't do it. I'm just not. No. I don't know what I'm thinking now, but I'm telling you, I'm not going to think it again because this is ridiculous. But I do encourage those that if you're in school right now, keep it up, keep it together. Trust me, you can do it. It is possible.
You can do it.
I myself every day.
You can be somebody.
And considering that I've been pre-registered for the next 8 classes that I need to take, I gotta get through this. I'm gonna make it through. I really am. I know one thing. I'm gonna definitely apply for this tuition reimbursement when my first term is done. Because I'm telling you, I can use that shit. But anyway, I love you all, and I appreciate y'all listening to the show. Like, you're fucking awesome. Keith, you're fucking awesome. I love you, sir. Like,
love you too. And yeah, I am awesome. I can say that. That's fair.
I'm not. See, this is why I'm done for you with you. Like,
yeah, I mean, no. I mean, no lies there. That's fair. No.
Yeah. And with that, we're done. Oh, okay. No, it's just.
All right, everybody. Peace.
Bye.